Yo, back at it again. Another week one marquee. We got Caleb, Digdogger 48. We got Joe, JDB hashtag 1976, also known as Kokusho. With me on the commentary block, I have Jesse Jefferson 777. Jesse, tell us
What's
about
good? It's your boy, Jesse Jefferson 777, bringing it back with another week one marquee commentary. Today, we got Walking Wake versus Mischievous. I'm just kidding. That's Fluttermane. How do you feel about these two teams, Goose?
I feel like I'm gonna cry. I think the Flutterman against Caleb's team from all the prep we've done is just an absolute menace. Caleb did a wondrous job of drafting not a single Pokemon that resists Fairy except for Nidoking and then not bringing it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me. Mamoswine, Choice Band Ice Shard could do like half of its HP. It doesn't have any defense.
It has like base 30.
Yeah, it's like 35.
It is depressing. You know, something that I was worried about. Sorry, Caleb's message killed me. Is Joe drafted a whole bunch of Pokemon that like Toedscruel and Regigigas have bad abilities, and then didn't bring either of them, but did bring Weezing. Weezing is here.
Weezing is here, and Weezing is ready to neutralize some gases. I would assume. Maybe it's Levitate, you know. There's a ground type.
All these Pokemon want their gases neutralized. They don't want them neutralized.
All right, let's hit him with the Mario Kart 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. That did not encourage them at all.
Wow, I really thought that they would be ready to lock and load that one out. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, Koku drafted like a champion with the Fluttermane Urshifu Single Strike. He's also got one of the better support mons in the league in DD. Salamence Intimidate, I imagine. Could be Moxie, but it's just a bulky, hard kind of team.
Once expected this lead.
You know, this actually could be Prankster Rain Dance with Terra Water Aqua Jet.
Yeah, so you've got it all down. Caleb's plan right now is to set Rain Dance and then just wave crash straight into Flutterman and kill it.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I don't know if he'll be able to do it.
That's probably
here comes the neutralizing gas. But little did you know. They're dead, Jesse.
What did I not know?
I don't know. I thought there was something else supposed to happen there. I'm not. Oh, yeah, I know the issue.
That was a solid switch and Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam to neutralize Swift Swim. That was nice.
Fluttermane has got to be Specs. I think the reason that he wasn't afraid is because Floatzel's EV to live a life orb. But Specs just, I think, demolishes it.
Yeah, this is giving a 4-0 game one to me right now.
Angle's out here, and you don't know what's happening with Kurt Angle's in the mix.
Scott Steiner's got a speed boost. That's got the fastest Scott's ever felt.
Scott Steiner is about to get Choice Specs Dazzling Gleam and explode. I don't know what Kurt Angle's about to do.
Did I see Floatzel Terra? I don't think I did I?
No, we still have a Terra on Caleb's side.
There's hope.
If there's a steal coming out from him, then there is hope.
This could be Protect on Kurt Angle and Terra Steel from Scott Steiner here. You never know.
That would be crazy.
Terra Electric and Hydro Pump into Weezing.
He almost died. Come on, Kurt Angle. You got this.
Get one. Thunder. Let's go!
He's dead.
Perfect. That's padding the stats for the season right there. That's what that is. Min-max your losses, boys. Take that down. Write that down. Put it in your notes. Engrave it on your forehead, and we'll move on to the next one.
As we all know, no one cares about winning league. It's the KO leaderboard that really means everything.
If you can get into that top 10 spot, then you're doing something right. Even if your win-loss is 0-10. Yeah, that was a JV. No, it's not a JV because Weezing took some damage. That's not even a freshman 40, Griff. Come on.
Yeah, come on. Griff, if you're going to insult Caleb, do it with proper terminology.
That's right.
I'd like to throw out that Linus typed in Digdogger 48. We got you in the Kaiju Help Clinic at the end of that game. So
I'm not sure if
the team Kaiju players.
I'm not sure if that's a language that I don't speak or if I'm just not up to today's lingo. But I don't know what that means.
Let me tell you, I had Linus on the same team as me for a full season, and I don't know what. I felt like I needed a translator sometimes. His messages are amazing.
Yeah, he truly speaks his own language.
It's the language of the gods.
We love diversity in the Discord.
All right, game 2. I don't know what you're gonna do to get around that. Weezing swapping in is always going to be a threat. You do have a fire type.
He has Aqua Jet. If he's got Aqua Jet, there's a chance. If he didn't bring Aqua Jet on that Floatzel, then I don't know. But I mean, Aqua Jet, Terra Water, and Rain is still going to do a ton of damage.
Caleb did not vary his leads. Neither did Joe. I really think that Joe is going to do the exact same thing because why not, right?
Yeah. I mean, if it more or less 4-0s your opponent game 1, why switch it up for game 2? You can make the necessary adjustments in game 3, but you can't give him too much respect in game 2. This is a lot of offensive pressure coming out from JDB.
I think West Lightning in this league put it a good way once. If you win game 1, force them to beat you.
That's right.
So with a really commanding start by Joe, I really am curious what Digdogger is going to do to put this down because I mean Choice Spec's Dazzling Gleam just rolled everything.
I think actually Linus is speaking the language of the Reggies, right? A DBD-doo?
A DBD-doo. That's facts. It's the exact same thing happening.
Okay.
What is Mario going to do?
Light screen. This probably still kills, no?
Okay.
I like getting light screen up. I mean, it's an adjustment.
Light screen up is based on my calculations, Floatzel should be able to live something now. Walking Wake 100% is going to implode into ashes.
No. Walking Wake is going to Terra. I'm telling you now.
I'd like to see a Terra steal. It would make me happy.
I'd like to see just a Terra into anything that isn't Dragon.
What about fighting? What then, Jesse? What then?
What about Dark? What then, Goose?
I don't know. He's immune to Prankster.
And it may come in handy.
It might. We don't know what Joe's cooking back there.
There's Terra Steel. Terra Blast does not kill.
Specs is so strong,
Crash.
dude.
That's a solid chunk. That is a Will-O-Wisp.
Who cares?
I believe Scott Steiner is a special attacker.
Last I checked. All right, now we got Kurt Angle in the mix. I don't know what's gonna happen. I assume that he's gonna take care of Hoshino, the Flutterman.
We know
too big of a threat.
We know that Walking Wake is moving first this turn, at least as far as Fluttermane and Weezing are concerned. We might see some defensive switching here out of the side of JDB. Do we know what he has in the back? I don't think we do we?
We never saw. We have a DDD because Psychic trades up.
That's right. We do have a DDD.
Top in my head. The 4th Pokemon has not been revealed either game.
Do you think he has one? Do you think he brought a 4th?
I think the game won't let you start until you click a 4th one.
Windbolt Storm. I didn't know that move existed until now. How about you?
I did. They added a whole bunch of spread moves on the genies that are 100% accurate in weather in the most recent generation.
Do you know how strong that move is?
It's 80 base power, I think. No, it's 100 base power, 80% accuracy.
Oh, okay.
There.
Gotcha. And it is a spread move?
It's a spread move. And it has a
Gotcha.
20% chance to paralyze.
Wow, that is a pretty good spread move.
It is very good. Unless Kokusho is running Scarf on Sid Kagano, I have no chance I pronounced that right. Looking like Nate out here.
I like where you took it, Sid Kagano. I love it.
Yeah, I think that thing just folds. Oh, it lives! It lives one hit.
Okie dokie.
Wild Bolt Storm, though? Maybe?
Wind Bolt Storm hits both? Oh my goodness.
Okay, this is actually... This is pretty wild.
To Kurt Angle, so it matters a little bit whether you can kill this turn.
Yeah, I think Draco Meteor has to kill, or you just lose.
Well, Scott Steiner is going to get to go twice, but Draco Meteor has to do a certain percentage here.
Can you hit a double protect, get rid of Psychic Terrain, and try again? You also lose your light screen.
Yeah, but without light screen, he has to pick what Expanding Force hits, right? You can't kill both, so...
Yes.
I think that's probably the optimal play. I think you're right. Whether both of these Pokemon have Protect is a different story.
I don't know. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen with Kurt Angle.
That does kill, and we will be moving on to a Game 3.
Woo! Yeah! Go Team Chomp! Now, I'm going to be honest. I was kind of terrified, because not once in my small peanut brain practicing with Digdogger did I ever consider specs. So I was like, dang, we're done. He made a great adjustment. He got the light screen up. So far, I still folded immediately, but he got his job done, and that's what matters.
Sableye getting screen up, that screen lasted that entire game. That's more than impactful.
When you commit to running choice specs on a Pokemon like Flutterman, it's not protecting. You can just swing moves into it.
Yeah, I would say that the MVP... I think the MVP of the battle was probably Wind Bolt Storm, to be honest.
Yeah, do you think Kurt Angle got in the mix and changed things?
I think that... I think that's really hard to commentate seriously when you're throwing Kurt Angle at me so much. That's what I think.
You've seen that video, right?
Yeah, I have.
Most of Digdogger's names are references to it. I think Mamoswine might be named something related to it too, like Samoa Joe or something. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, fair enough. How do you feel? What do you think JDB's lead is going to be this game, Goose?
I think he will do the exact same thing.
Really? I don't know if he'll switch it up. I mean, he's obviously going to switch up the 4 he brings, most likely, unless he has like a better game plan with those 4. But I mean, you always want to switch up something after you lose a game.
I think he'll just play it differently. That's your hard read? Opinion. That's my hard read. Perhaps, who got game 3? That is so facts. Mark in the chat. But maybe if like Urshifu was running a sucker punch or something, he could have swung that out and saved himself. I'd like to know. I will say though, I don't think my Lodic's ever coming. I think any of the other 5 are reasonable brings, but Kurt Angle just destroys my Lodic.
But leading Milotic into Sableye Floatzel is pretty strong.
That's true.
You could start setting up, get some coils going.
You get some coils, but then you're also letting Digdogger get his light screen and his rain dance out.
Well, that's the thing. You can pivot from a more offensively pressured comp to a defensive stalling comp, because we know Sableye. I don't think we. How many turns was the last game?
5.
Yeah, so I guess it's not crazy. Like Sableye, right? Maybe it was actually. I should check.
Sableye, turn 1, game 1, got a rain dance off, then died. And turn 2 of game 2, got a light screen off, then died.
We actually have no idea if it's what item Sableye is, but that's fine.
We do.
We do have a different lead.
It's ability shield.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
because he was still prankstering with wheezing out, and also the game tells you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, Floatzel, faster than Salamence, does get Ice Spinner. That's a quad effective move. Now, Kokusho, I don't know. He may know that Floatzel gets an ice move.
Well, being a water type, I would say that it's very likely it gets a ice type move, period.
Every time they release a water type, they just throw Ice Beam on it. Or, in this case, Ice Spinner to call it a day. Their job has been done.
Yeah, I definitely think the Intimidate is a solid start. I would not be surprised to see an early Terra from this Salamence, especially if it's going to stay on the field. He doesn't have a great ice pivot, excluding Melodic. It would be wild if Melodic was in the back, though, because that means he would have had to have left Fluttermane or Urshifu 1. Urshifu didn't get to swing last match, so maybe he did leave it behind if he didn't bring Sucker Punch on it.
He might have dropped Wheezing, and in that case, Rain Dance goes crazy. I'm curious though, Salamance's whole job right now is to Terra Steel, set tail end, and then even if you get Rain Dance out, Fluttermane is still going to metaphorically smoke your whole pack. Because even if he's swift swimming, actually, maybe Floatzel's faster. Let me take a look-see.
With
no, he is not. He is done.
There is Terra Steel.
I think the tail end's coming out. Yeah.
There is tail end, yep.
And now Rain Dance doesn't matter. Man, maybe I am the GOAT. Did we ever consider that?
I did. I'll tell you that I did consider if you're the GOAT, and the survey came back, and it turns out you are.
That's insane. Okay, I think the interesting part of what Joe needs to do here is get those two Pokemon off the field so Fluttermane can win the game instantly without Fluttermane dying.
Yeah, I think that's a solid call. If he can eliminate Digdogger's Pokemon before his Pokemon get eliminated, he does in fact win the match.
Is that how it works in Gen 9? Is that new?
I haven't been solid on the Gen 9 mechanics ever since Terra came out. I mean, you saw my record last season, so, don't take my word for it, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works now.
All right, fair enough. I don't know what Veldora Tempest is going to do. I mean, Ice Spinner did get rid of Psychic Terrain, so Brago is free to eat. He can do some Will-O-Wisping, maybe some Thunder Waves. Dare I say it, even a Rain Dance. I don't know why I'd do that.
I know that Veldora Tempest, in that time I got reincarnated as a slime, is in fact a Storm Dragon, so maybe he has an electric move. If he doesn't, I'm going to have to dock points from his naming of his Pokemon this week.
I don't know what you're talking about, because I've never watched anime.
Alright, moving on.
No, that is a really unfortunate. Yeah, I agree, Turtle. What is this weeb commentary?
Yeah, that's my fault. Just trying to bring a little bit of color commentary, a little bit of flavor to the mix.
I did know what you were talking about. That Will-O-Wisp miss is terrible.
That is maybe one of the most horrific misses I've seen so far. Although I think we've seen Triple Axel miss in every match that it's been used so far.
Yes. I mean, that burn miss is actually really significant. Kurt Angle would be taking... He'd probably have like 67% health here now. And now Tailwind's up. He could have burned... Oh, he couldn't burn Sid Kagano because it's a dark type. Immune to Prankster.
That's right. And Protect is useless with Urshifu on the field.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe the burn... I mean, the burn would have had Kurt Angle at higher health. But Sid Kagano under Tailwind is just going to swing a move. He might just Wicked Blow Kurt Angle and he blows into little tiny baby pieces.
I think that Kurt Angle is really important for Caleb's win con here. I imagine that we'll see another Will-O-Wisp into Salamence here and probably a switch. Probably into Floatzel. I don't think Floatzel is going to be extremely important moving forward.
I guess he's trying to stall at the tail.
Oh, that Protect hurt my feelings.
He forgot.
That happened to me in round 1 of playoffs, the season that I was undefeated going in. I was the 1 seed with a Dragonite team. I mean, with a Garchomp team, and I forgot that it went through Protect and lost in Game 3 on the final turn.
If there was any doubt on whether or not Caleb remembered that that's how the interaction worked, he typed
I forgore. signaling to the commentary team. That's slang. For those of you who don't know, I forgore is simply I forgot. So
thank you for helping the crowd out. I'm sure no one knew what we were talking about.
Yeah, you have to keep the kids informed. Somebody could be tuning in with their son for the first time watching this competitive Pokemon here.
Yeah, you're welcome, Mickey. You're welcome. Brago is useless. I don't know what this guy's gonna do. His only moves, I guess, that Rain Dance, right? That's the only thing that is beneficial.
Rain Dance would probably go extremely hard. Obviously, neither of the Pokemon on JDB's side resist water at this point, just because he's Terra Steel with Salamence. If he has Reflect, that would be humongous.
We've seen all 4 moves at this point, I think. Have we? Light Screen, Will-O-Wisp, sure. Rain Dance. Do we know what move 4 is?
What the 4th move is. I haven't seen a damaging move come out.
That was a bad call by me.
You're good.
What if Brago is running
no attacking moves and Scott Steiner's got a 1v4?
Yo, he's got what's his name? Tio in the back. Dude,
either way, I think it's smart not to. Have we seen Terra from Caleb this game? I actually don't remember.
Not yet.
I think, yeah, he shouldn't Terra this turn. Oh my god, that was so much damage.
He's dead.
He's dead. That's it. With a burn. Let's see if. I forgot that Floatzel was in the back, to be honest. Rain being up is pretty big. We'll see if.
It's not winnable.
If Weezing came, then we are well and truly done.
Floatzel will kill himself with Wave Crash before he can take down all 4 Pokemon.
Floatzel has access to other moves besides Wave Crash.
Does he? Here it comes. Wave Crash. He's sad. The game's over.
Yeah, that's tough. Can't use Tailwind. Good taunt.
Oh, that's the 4th move. It's taunt. He is running no attacking moves.
Little light screen for the sauce, and yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it. Hey, at least it got brought to game 3. There was some pretty excellent switching up the team by Kokusho in game 3. Unfortunately, Caleb did forget that Wicked Blow, or really any of Urshifu's moves, hit through Protect. That ability is stupid, but it was still
very strong.
Still a competitive game.
Welcome, Koku. Any remarks quickly now that it's fresh on your mind?
Really happy with my team.
Yeah.
I have a really obnoxious combination of things to remember to play against between Psychic Terrain, Weezing, and Urshifu.
Yeah.
Definitely going to catch some people off guard throughout the season.
Yeah, we were talking about the mental stack of having to remember that Urshifu does in fact ignore Protect.
Yeah, it really adds up.
Can I say something to you, Joe? You might not like it.
Go ahead.
Really rude that you did not bring Regigigas after hyping him up so much.
Yeah, I'm sorry I've let you down.
I practiced with your team so much against Caleb to help him prep for this game. And it just was so fun swapping Weezing in and out of things. I mean, just like you did game 1.
Yeah.
You probably knew, based on the situation, that Rain Dance was coming out. And so you just eliminated Swift Swim, and Floatzel died to Specs, which is unfortunate because we had planned for... Floatzel doesn't die to Life Orb, Fluttermane, or Booster Energy. It had to be Specs.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was Specs. And Sableye, even with Specs behind Light Screen, isn't supposed to die, but it was a really high roll. It's like, the roll is like up to 100%. It's like, oh, jeez. Were you running max speed or no?
On Fluttermane? Just enough EVs to outspeed your Floatzel outside of Swift Swim if you were to max speed it.
Oh, okay. I was wondering because Walking Wake outsped with the speed boost. Wait, no. He had the speed boost, but it was like... But Neutralizing Gas was out. Does that not neutralize photosynthesis?
It does not. No.
No.
I was under the assumption that it did because I thought I saw that happen in one of our practice matches. Oh well.
That was one of my combos with Wheezing for the future, is that I can run it alongside Fluttermane and use my own photosynthesis while turning off the other abilities.
Yeah, my whole assumption was expecting a boosted speed Fluttermane that there's nothing I can do about. So like I was like, nothing I have outspeeds, and then Walking Wake outsped, and I was like, wait, hold on.
Your team's cornerstone being a Pokemon that doesn't have to be on the field to exert pressure is actually so insane. At any point, you might have to deal with a Wheezing switch in that totally changes how the entire game dynamic works. Spore could go fast. Regigigas could be good. Your Raidnet's team might not work anymore. It's insane to deal with.
Yeah, I was ready for that switch in game 1, and yet I didn't click the right buttons. It was a really great game, though. Especially that game 3. Game 1 was maybe not so great on my end, but my main thing was like I wasn't even worried about game 1. I was mostly concerned about what does Fluttermane have, and that way I can adjust, but I didn't adjust quite well enough. Because I figured whatever it had was going to surprise me, and the fact that it didn't get that photosynthesis boost as soon as it came out was like, okay, now what?
Yeah, I figure you'd be trying to decide between like maybe Sash or Specs.
So the rest was in HP or bulk or special defense?
In HP. So yeah, it was modest, max special attack, and then speed enough to outspeed Floatzel, and then I had just a few EVs left over to throw into HP.
Okay. Yeah, so I had some like near exact calcs for like what that Terra Steel Terra Blast was supposed to one shot, but you had that extra HP to stop it, and it's like, dang.
Yep.
And then of course I protected in front of Urshifu like a genius.
I'm sure
I did predict the Tailwind, or rather, Goose predicted the Tailwind on Salamence. I was going to taunt him turn 1 since he was flying type. But then when I had a feeling he might Terra Steel.
Yeah. That was part of my plan. Bring him to the ground, hide him within the psychic terrain to protect him from any shenanigans coming out of your little gremlin.
The Goblin. I love that Goblin.
He's such a good Pokemon.
He really is. I'm glad I got him for a 3rd season.
Yeah, even in Psychic Terrain, where your Pokemon are totally safe from Sableye. Sableye has so much stuff he could do to buff his own teammates. You think Psychic Terrain would shut a Prankster Pokemon down, but not Sableye?
I know. Yeah, you'd think, I've got everything to make that Pokemon as useless as possible between Psychic Terrain, Dark-type Pokemon,
Neutralizing
gas, and yet he's still over there just exerting pressure against me. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, I think maybe a Reflect might have been a better move than Taunt, but you live and you learn. Although Reflect wouldn't matter in front of Urshifu anyway, because he just crits. So I guess that doesn't matter. What was it? Game 3, I was really regretting switching into Walking Wake, because in my head, Floatzel was still the only answer to Fluttermane, which I'm sure you had in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you had in the back?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, I can't sack Floatzel yet, but I forgot that my Walking Wake also outspeeds Fluttermane and could have done something. But yeah, because I was calculating to make sure, even if Floatzel was burned, he still one-shots Fluttermane.
Oh, man.
As long as there wasn't HP investment, which there would have been, so probably wouldn't. But at -1, he would have done it.
Fluttermane is surprisingly bulky to special attacks, but just gets blown away by anything physical.
Well, it's
that's what
it's IVs or something to behold. The 135s and special attack, special defense, and speed, and 35, I think, is it, in HP and attack and defense?
Game Freak just gave up trying to balance that Pokemon. They made it weak to 2 types, one of which it is also super effective to. And then said, I don't know, just give it the highest speed and special attack in the game. Who cares?
And give it 3 immunities.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like that meme with the putting on the glasses and it's just Mega Gengar.
Yeah.
I wanted that thing so bad. You took it from
Mega Gengar?
Yeah, I wanted Mega Gengar. That was my pick.
I just meant like the stats. I just meant the stats of Mega Gengar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I did a pretty good showing for a team that has no Fairy Resist. I mean, I have a Nidoking, but he wasn't doing anything here.
Did you have Psyshock on Flutter Mage?
I did not. No. I'll post my team.
A little poke and paste action.
We have a friendly league here. We get to see each other's secrets.
Shut up, Brennan.
I was really depending on the block, which I guess I did get in game 2 with the 80% hitting. I was supposed to get a Rain Dance though.
I'm sorry, Jesse.
It's okay. It's okay. You had to put up with my commentary for 25 minutes. I'm going to let you have that one for free.
Is beautiful.
Oh man.
Oh, real quick before we end the commentary block, Koku, I do have to ask you a question. I said that I was going to dock you points if, in fact, you did not have an electric type move on Salamence this week.
Oh, I don't.
Well, Veldora is in fact a storm dragon, so I'm going to need you to keep that in mind when you're nicknaming your Pokemon next week. Thank you very much.
My bad. I couldn't think of any other anime dragons off the dome.
Yeah,
I was scrambling 10 minutes before a match to be like, oh shit, I owe Digdogger some nicknames.
Yeah,
I do want to let you know. I went for Bochi on Melodic.
Oh, I needed to know that. That's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
You saw all my nicknames mostly.
Yeah.
Rago and Tio are Dutch Bell reference.
What, your Mamoswine? Do you know what it was?
I just added him at the last minute, so he didn't have you.
Oh my goodness.
Tauros and Mamoswine were added. Mamoswine was a last minute addition with a Lumberry in case of Toad Scroll. And he was Terra Grass. I was a little bit worried about Toad Scroll.
I'm glad the Toad Scroll was weighing in on your decisions on how you were building your team.
Yeah, there was that was Mamoswine was the only thing I had for Toad Scroll. And I guess Ice Spinner.
In my
Toad
practice
a great
games,
pickup with Weezing.
Yeah, in my practice games, Toad Scroll was putting in work.
I don't doubt it. That thing is kind of gross. With
yeah, it was going crazy in my practice games too. That was pretty much my only that, and I guess I had Tank Growth if I potentially wanted to bring it, but it wasn't really doing anything to Toad Scroll.
I did want to say that the Ice Spinner on Floatzel, I had kind of totally forgot that as a possibility. And when you use that and you remove my Psychic Terrain, I was like, oh,
Wait, you Terra still didn't know about the ice move? I'm so confused.
You think it's like Ice Fang, probably.
An ice move, but not Ice Spinner.
I expected an ice move for sure, but I forgot about Ice Spinner, the secondary effect, removing my terrain.
Yeah, I brought... Floatzel was like... And this was kind of bad, because I had nothing for your team before I got Floatzel, and then my whole team kind of hinged around Floatzel.
Yeah.
Because not only it was packing the Rain Swift Swim Wave Crash, but it was also packing Low Kick for Regigigas and Ice Spinner to deal with the terrain.
Nice, yeah.
And Salamence and Toad Scroll.
Floatzel was a strong Pokemon. I mean, that was definitely when I was looking at your team, I was like, okay, what's standing out to me? And it was the Rain Dance Sableye Floatzel lead. And so that's kind of what I had prepared for the most.
I kind of figured you would see that coming, but I was hoping I would still be able to catch you off guard with something. And then for some reason, turn 1, game 1, I was just like, I'm going to click it. when you didn't have the Protoziphius speed boost, I was wondering, because like, does he know? He's like, he knows. But yeah, turn game 2. I tried to set up the rain dance. I was going to set up the rain dance on turn 2 because Sableye normally lives those.
Yeah, but the high roll got together.
Yeah, and then what was it? Game 3 was just I should have switched correctly. But Joe, are you ready to battle literally anyone else?
I don't know what it's like. I've only played Digdogger.
yeah, you guys.
I've forgotten what battling anyone else is like.
Confused.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Good games to you both. Great adaptation in game 2 from you.
I'm just glad all my games weren't like game 1.
Yeah. And well strategized by both of you. Any closing remarks real quick before we close down commentary?
Good game as always, Caleb. I look forward to playing you again in the future.
Yeah, we'll see each other in quarterfinals where I get 300 crits and flinches.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to wrap up commentary. This has been week 1. Thank you very much.